I'm with Will Fletcher. Hello, Will.
How are we doing?
We're at the David Broom Event Centre in sunny Wales, as always. Will, fascinated with your journey through the sport. Just to start off, could you take me right back to the very beginning? I don't think you were necessarily into the horses at the start, would that be fair?
It's completely fair. Funnily enough, when I was younger, was never really interested, and obviously my mum jumped, my dad jumped, and for me, being honest, I was not an overly natural rider when I was younger. So my dad loved taking me to football matches and did that, and it wasn't really until my mum said, "Oh well, you can when you keep your prize money if you win anything." So I was like, oh, I had a lovely little pony, go and win a metre, and if I get my £25, that would be absolutely fantastic. So that started getting me a little bit more into the sport, but I really, really wasn't the most natural rider when I was younger. But it wasn't until a lot later until I started, coming on strong and putting in good performances and riding well. It was so they were always much more saying to me, right, do football, do other sports, and look at your academic career. And that was always the plan through my whole first 18 years of my life.
And in terms of the sporting, football became your main thing, I guess.
I played games 5 times a week, all the time via school and a couple of different clubs, and that was the main thing. I played county rugby, county cricket, and did as much other sports as possible. And so when I was on ponies, I never really had much success. I think the biggest class I'd ever won would have been a 105, and when some of my friends were Jack Whittaker and Harry Charles winning the 12-2s and doing everything, I was winning the 14-2s at 12 years old, but I was still jumping very much in the third and fourth ring. So I didn't have that sort of success, and for some reason it didn't really click with me. And then from one day we just took a horse to a show, and they said, "Oh, do you want to have a go?" I jumped a couple of times at home. I jumped to 110. I jumped up and clear. Oh, do you want to have a go on the 120? I'm very nervous and jumped up and clear again. No idea what happened. And then I said, "I was going to have a go on the 130." They jumped around for one down, and I always remember that. It's literally from that day, I just seemed to click with the horses a lot easier than I did with the ponies, probably because I'd been always so tall when I was younger. I was 12, 13, I was 6'2".
Okay.
From then on, we started going step by step and going through the ranks. And I went to the World Championships with children horses, and that all happened very quickly. So it was literally in the turn of maybe a
real sort of watershed moment. Absolutely. Yeah. And just, obviously you will touch on what you've done later in a minute, but with mum and dad, how question really, how much of an inspiration have they been to you and your brother?
So much. Unfortunately, we never really got to see my dad ride. No. He stopped riding when I was about 4 years old. My favourite childhood memory was watching her jump up on the biggest stage and watching her win the Nations Cup at Ixted was fantastic, and watching her winning the Derby there was absolutely amazing. First woman in 38 years, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And those moments got you so excited to do the sport. Those were the moments, but it's the massive inspiration, obviously. And 2007 onwards, when she did that Queen's Cup with Rivera, we went to Dijon, she fought for the Grand Prix there, and then from then on, she picked up, Promised Land started going really well. She got Hello Sailor, she was Unique and Ursula after that, and then that sort. I was obviously a bit older, and you could see the change from a few years before to where they were going to X amount of Nations Cups per year.
Did you ever imagine this sort of?
Absolutely not. I never, unlike my brother who was riding and did the highest level ponies the whole way through his career, I was very much not doing that. I was all just, I was never thought that riding would ever be a career for me. I had never done I did World Championships at at the end of children's horses. I never did a children's European. I never did a Persimmon European. I never did any of that. My first Europeans when I was 19, I was going to school. So for me, I've been on maybe 2 nations cup teams. It's a bit like Joe Stockdale. We do the youth levels as much as everyone else did, and so because for me it was literally straight after I finished school. I went 2 weeks later to the national championships and I won the under 18 to 21 championships. I was like, well, I might keep the scat here going on a bit longer now.
Yeah.
And then that's how things just started rolling from there.
You surprised yourself maybe sometimes.
Completely. It all changed really when I got my horse Persimmon.
Yeah.
And I got him, and the first year we did so much. We kept nicely. We did 130s. We did the Fox on the second round. We qualified Great C.
Yeah.
We did that, and then I went to Villamora for 6 weeks, and literally from then I had 3 horses, and they were all placed in ranking classes, week in, week out.
He's a quirky old character. He didn't like going a bit, and so he didn't like the dressage anymore. Just fine by me. But I just hang around, let his head stick out as much as he can. Like anyone, it was nearly a little bit embarrassing going to like some big shows, and everyone was schooling their horses properly, and I was just going around, and first he had his head stuck out as far away as possible. I was just cantering around basically with no range.
It sticks out with his sticks out. He's got such a small head but a tiny tongue. It does the same both sides actually. Where is it? There it is. It's just sticking out his mouth.
So cheeky at home. So he's got that character, and instead of ever taking the box, I just give him a bat and a cow that's just it. And he's taught me so much and got me the experience to jump at a really high level, and took me on my first Nation Cup team. Just always so consistent, doing it week in, week out, and really good make my career.
And now, of course, it's very much a full-time operation. It's very much a family business.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people don't understand in business now. So how are you finding that, the whole sort of out on the road sort of for a large period of the year?
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I literally did change the world. I would do a single job I've been doing. I love going out, jumping. I just want to get in the ring as much as possible. If I could go in the ring 15 times a day, I'd want to do it.
Yeah.
I just love competing, and which is great.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's a job and that's what you want to do, days at home, of course, they're long days. You try to ride, got 10 odd horses a day, and try and get them all going well. It can be hard days, some would say, but I tried to think of it if I had a different job. I'd be doing that on my weekends. Like, it's what I would be doing, what I want to do. So you can't take it. I just love it.